how my startup failed, and what I learned from that. So the first thing I tell anybody is that do a startup, give it a shot, start a business, do that idea, and talk to people. The biggest thing I learned from this, and if somebody talks to me about the startup thing and culture, and if they're just starting, is that get advice, talk to people who've started their own business. What did they learn from it? What was the biggest struggle that they had to face? And really, you want to care about your customers, and just understand what your customers value. Don't do a startup or a business because it's like trendy and everyone does it. I do see other YouTube videos like drop shipping, right? And people are like, you need to do the hottest product to do this hottest thing, and like, yeah, you'll make money for a short time, but the thing is that the drop shipping is hard work. It is still a commitment. You gotta set up an e-commerce store on Shopify, right? And then type in all the product descriptions, and it sort of just grinds on. And it's you gotta stick to a hobby or a topic or a subject that you can write about every day and think about and improve over time. So, if you're into basketball, if you're into fashion and design, stick to those things you like. Don't do software because it's trendy. Don't do drop shipping because it's trendy. Just think about the business, what you value from the business, and talk to other people in that niche that you're part of. And that's really the first thing I tell anyone. The second biggest thing is that you want to read a book called The Mom Test. Essentially, the summary on this book is that anytime you share your idea with somebody, they're going to be super nice to you, and they won't tell you the truth about your product and if it's valuable or not. Thing is, it's like if you ask them, okay, will you buy this? They won't write the check out, right? They really loved it, they would write the check out for you and buy the product right there. But since they're being nice about it, they're going to be like, I'm okay. They're too nice about it, and it's with a lot of people, and it's not their fault. They just don't want to make it awkward social interaction. A majority of people who come in contact with your product are going to be super nice, and really just asking them straight up, hey, look, we need feedback. We need your help to give brutally honest feedback on this product because it needs product improvement. Because any idea that you generate is not perfect out of the box, and sometimes they're just not good at all, and it's okay that if you have an idea, it doesn't work out. The same thing with my startup. My startup was Open Vessel, and we won $5,000 in an AI competition. I went to Penn State University and State College, so that's where I sort of started that journey. And it was a mess. We did some great things. The third and final takeaway: interview your customer and understand what they're buying from you. Is it overly complicated? Are they confused from the customer experience? So if you look at a product, really, if you think about Starbucks, to you, you're just going to buy coffee and get your favorite drink or whatever. But the Starbucks experience is that you smell the coffee when you walk into the door. You get the idea that this is sort of the place to sit down, relax, maybe get some work done, and then you end up buying another coffee if you stay longer. So it's sort of like a space for people to work in and get them stay and even, let's say, relax and keep enjoying that customer experience. Compared to Dunkin' Donuts, people want to get in, they want to get out and get a donut, right? Excuse me. And that's what you're focusing on. So if you think about your app, don't put too many barriers in front of that. I did software development for my current job, and for Open Vessel as a startup, is that if there's too many barriers to log in, sign up, do the credit card transactions, you need to eliminate those barriers and make it a smooth onboarding process. Otherwise, you won't really get traction. You won't get people trying your app out. And really just interview the customer as soon as possible. And really get to the simplest prototype in front of them and get them to use it. And the question is, are they coming back? Do you have user retention? Are they coming back to use it over and over and over again? And that's when you have product fit. And I don't think you should, another takeaway is that don't start the LLC, don't do any of this legal paperwork yet. Just until you get product fit, I wouldn't invest money into it until you have identified the specific user behavior, customer behavior. I wouldn't jump right into all the legal work and getting onboarded with the team. That's a big mistake with my startup, is that I got tons of people to come on. I got interns and brought 8 people on and trying to teach them and do Python coding and Node.js. But, in the process, we only had like 1 or 2 people focus on the customer's problems. And, I can show you an example of my own videos. If you click on my YouTube channel, go from popular to least popular. You have the least popular video at 21 views, and then you go to the one at 10K views, right? The charts are completely different. There's a chart of retention, the users watching, for a full 15 minutes, while the other videos just drop off, up, drop off, things like that. So really, like, it's sort of learning and rewatching what holds up well over time. So yeah, that's sort of my advice, and that's about it. Thank you.